Hello, everyone. Welcome. Come in, have a seat. If you're new here, my name is Audrey, and I am the Salty Psychic. I am a little bit salty, and I'm a psychic. So I am the Salty Psychic. It's hard to be happy just because of what we're going to talk about today, but I'll muddle my way through this video. Come on in, get comfortable. We're going to talk about the case, but we're not going to talk about it from like a police perspective, okay? But before we get started with the contents, let's get the business out of the way, which is to please like this video, share this video on all of your social media, as well as subscribe to this channel. You can also find me in my daily life on Instagram at this name. Help me to get to 1,000 subscribers. I really have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to do a live show. I didn't know that. And I know there's other avenues in which I can do live programs, but I want to make it what's convenient for you guys. You're already here. I want to do the live shows here on YouTube at this channel. So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I get monetized at 1,000, but I also can go live at 1,000, and that's my prime interest. So help me get there so we can get the word out on all the different things I have to say. And it's put your listening ears on, okay? Like in kindergarten. Okay, here comes Spirit already. Hello. Okay, hold on, Spirit, hold on. I have a lot to say about how Spirit works, how this works for me, how I get information, how I don't get information. It's going to be a lot of psychic talk, but I need you to understand my definitions and my terminology and the way I personally work, so that when I do talk about murder cases and different crimes and such, that you understand where I'm coming from. So I welcome you into my world. It's a funny world. I don't understand all of my gift myself, but I do like to describe what I see, what I hear, what I get respond from, what I don't get response from, all of it. Okay, so this is not a crime channel per se. I am not reporting on crime details necessarily. There's tons of those channels out there for you guys to get the facts from. The information I provide you is not fact-based. It's spirit and invisible-based information, which a lot of people will run away from because they don't want to believe in what I do. They don't believe in spirit. They don't believe in this energy. They don't believe in a lot of stuff. Maybe you don't believe, but you just want to hear what I have to say anyway. I've done lots of readings for people who don't believe what I do. By the end, they're believers, and they're on the phone calling their family, freaking out that the things I told them. I'm not here to freak you out today. Spirit is here. Whoever this is, hold on, please. Whoever this is, please just hold on with me for a moment. What I do is very, very important to me. I am trying to provide the world with information I can give you regarding different things that we have to go through in life, ways to cope with life, things that are gonna happen that you're gonna have to cope with. But here's the good news. Here's the coping news, which is what I want to share with you about what happens when someone passes. That's important. Do you understand? That's important. I'm not a news reporter. I'm a spirit reporter. And I know I joke a lot and I laugh a lot and I smile, but that's who I am. But this is very, very important information to have. We're all going to die. We all know someone who has or will die. Think about it. It's not something we can escape. I remember a movie when I was a teenager called Logan's Run. And I think people were hunted down when they turned 30 or something. And I'm like, okay, well, they're old at 30, so they get 30 years to live. You know, death is scary. Death is something that's difficult to talk about. So if you knew me before on my old YouTube channel, where I talked about the Watts case, if you're familiar with that case and my involvement of how I explain things, that's what I'm going to try and explain for this situation that happened in, is it Moscow, Idaho. So I'm going to apply the same sort of techniques and attempt the same sort of communication with spirit. I have connected with 2 of the spirits who have died in this murder in Idaho. So very, very briefly, I am, just so you know, I'm not reading, I had to look up their names right now because I don't know their names of these 4 kids that were murdered in Idaho, because it doesn't matter to me. I mean, spirit doesn't care if I know the names. So, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. Obviously, their names matter. Hello, yes. But my point is, I don't want information from the papers or the internet. I have my own information, but I needed their names, and I needed to know the city this was in, and I needed to know the murderer's name, because I have information. I have information on it all. Now, I'm going to preface something before I talk about what spirits has come in, which spirits have come in, and what they've said to me. I need you to listen to this, okay? Yes, I will get to the murder victims, okay? Don't rush me. Don't rush me. Sometimes people are like, will you get on with it? Will you get to the point? Oh, I will. Just chillax. I have something important to say first. And that is this. I have been doing a reading once a month for someone for over 2 years. Once a month, 2 years, 24 plus months. A reading, 1 hour a month. I've gotten information on the 15th month, the 15th visit, and I'm like, dude, why didn't you tell me this day 1, the first day I met your family member? Where were you? Or how come, Grandpa, you told me this on the 23rd month? Why didn't you tell me this on the 12th month when we were talking about this and that? Where were you then? Where was your information then? I don't understand. Why would you save that information? Well, just like with God, I don't understand Spirit's timing, but they have their own timing, and they will share it when they are ready to. It may be on my first time channeling them. It may be on the 50th time channeling them. And the thing that's important to know is that's a thing. That's a thing. Spirits don't just come and dump me with information. I wish it was that simple. It's like a puzzle. It's like smelling something. It's like, okay, is that lasagna or pizza? When I smell the red sauce, is that onions? You know, my information kind of comes in like that, where I have to decide, what is it? So in an earlier video, I told you my husband had talked about this case. He asked me if I knew anything about the case, and I hadn't heard of the case at all that day. And one of the first things I said to him was, I see dollar signs, I see money involved. I automatically went to, a rich kid was the murderer. But here's where my translating can sometimes get confusing is, yeah, there was money issues, but it wasn't because he was rich. It's because there were money problems. So I have to be careful when I see something. I shouldn't jump straight to the first thing that comes to my mind. I have to explain all of it. So from then on, if I see a dollar sign, I'm going to have to stop and relax and think, okay, this could be, they have a lot of money. They're broke. They filed bankruptcy, or they don't have money. So I have to be careful conveying information in that sort of way. So, right off the bat, I told my husband who did it. It was one guy, younger man, and his parents, mostly his dad, knew. So this guy's name is Brian Koberger. I'm just going to call him Hamburger. Brian Hamburger. So Brian Hamburger is the person I saw in my mind as the murderer. And that he's got mental health problems severely. And I know he's smart. He's getting his PhD. That doesn't matter. There's a lot of crazy smart people. There just are. But I knew right away that the father knew. And I told my husband that day. He asked me about this. And that's not good. This reminds me of the Gabby Petito murder. We'll talk about that another day because I do have some stuff I want to talk about with the Gabby Petito. So I know the kids' names in this case. I have it written down here. Kaylee, Madison. Madison probably goes by Maddie, I'm guessing. And then Zana and Ethan. So let me just start off by giving the families and friends and acquaintances my condolences for your loss of these kids. These are kids. They're younger than my kids. They're around my kids' age. Worst thing that could ever happen to a parent, honestly. And, that's something we hear a lot. Parents shouldn't have to bury their kids. Yeah, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. And this truly is, in my opinion, the worst possible thing that could happen to a parent. And again, my condolences. But I hope what I have to tell you today will help comfort you in some ways, okay? I'm getting full body chills right now. That means spirit's trying to come into my body. I didn't really prep for this video, and I don't like prepping because I know spirit, and spirit's always surprising me and taking me off track. So I don't really plan out what I'm going to say. I just have written down a few things I want to make sure that I say. I do what I do to help people, to comfort you, your pain from your loss, to prove to you that there is life after this planet and that your loved ones are still alive. Their energy's alive. It doesn't ever go anywhere. I mean, it goes out other places, but it doesn't die. Our consciousnesses don't die. Please understand that. So I want this video. I'm going to give you all the information I have thus far on this case. If this case ends up being like other cases I've worked on, spirits will continue to come in and talk to me. But I need to do live videos for this, you guys, because here's how it works. I want to be live with you on YouTube, reading your comments, reading your questions. I'll read your question out loud right now so everyone can hear it. And then Spirit's here telling me the answer. That works really well. It's just worked for me. I don't know if other psychics can do that, but it works for me pretty much all the time because it's easy for Spirit to say yes or no. If you're asking the question, Spirit's like, yeah, no, they're shaking their head or they're giving me something that would be equivalent of a yes kind of thing. So please, let's get the 1,000 subscribers so we can do live shows and you guys can ask me questions, okay? I'm going to start with Zana. I apologize, probably saying it wrong, and Ethan. This was the young couple that was in the house. I know their past. I don't have access to them. What does that mean? It means intellectually I know they're passed away. can't connect with them. I don't have that link, if you will. I don't have a telephone wire to them. It's blank for me right here. I can see them, which to me confirms that they're passed away. They're not living. I can see living people as well, but let me just talk. It doesn't mean I won't ever have communication with them. I may have communication with them during this video. I may have communication in 2 weeks when I'm driving down the road or something. I just don't ever know. And I don't like harassing spirit to come in because this is a very personal thing. Death is very personal, just as a birth is very personal. And I've seen a lot of spirits, take this with a grain of salt, but I mean it in the most sincere, loving, caring, comforting way. I've seen many spirits savor their death. They want to mourn their own death. They want to process it in their being that they've died. And that is a healthy thing to know. It's a healthy thing to do. You don't want spirit, especially in a murder situation. You don't want a spirit traumatized and not able to cross over. So right now, spirit's still trying to come in. Hold on, please. I'm starting to sweat. Okay, give me a minute. Let me see who this is. Okay. I'm not sure who this is. It's not Zayna and Ethan. It's one of the girls, and they're yelling out the letter C. A letter C. Carol, Christopher. They're giving me a really giant letter C. This is just now coming in as I'm recording this, and I'm curious if there's going to be any orbs swirling through here, girls. If you're here, I know they're here. I see something. Okay. Before I talk to the girls, let me talk about Zayna and Ethan real quick. It's not that they're not crossed to the other side. It's not that they're suffering in any way. It's just me personally not having access to them right now. These two kids may have access to someone else. They may be hanging out with their family and the family feels their presence. They may be willing to talk to another psychic or somebody else. I just don't have access. And I will never lie to you. I will never, ever make stuff up. I won't. That's horrible. That's awful. Awful. Okay. So I'm hoping Zayna and Ethan will come in at another time whenever they're ready. Okay, so Kaylee and Madison. What's today? So I'm filming this Saturday night. So yesterday, Friday, I had a vision of Kaylee and Madison in my mind, and they kind of showed themselves to me right here. I don't ever know what placement means. It might mean something in 2 years. We're like, oh yeah, they were on your right side of your vision over here. I just say it anyway. I don't care. Kaylee and Madison here, and I believe this one right here is, well, I don't know which one. I don't know which one's which. They're both so freaking beautiful. Let me find a picture. Sorry, hold on. I don't want to get it wrong. Image. Okay. Okay. I hate seeing this. Okay. So, Kaylee is the one closer to me. Madison is on Kaylee's right-hand side, and they're kind of huddled in the corner right here, and their hands are kind of holding together. And let me tell you what they've said, it's shocking. It's very interesting to me. First of all, they're wearing, Kaylee's wearing a black t-shirt with a V-neck. Not like this, but like a regular t-shirt, but with a V-neck. It's black. And Madison's wearing black too, but I can't really see what she's wearing exactly, but Kaylee has on the V short sleeve. Maybe that's what she was wearing to bed that night. I don't know. You guys, family, friends, acquaintances may know if this means anything or not. I'm giving the whole world a reading right now, basically. So if anyone can help validate any of this, it's helpful for the family. Here's what the girls have said. Okay, here they come again. They're coming back. When they died, they're like, they looked at each other and they're like, oh my God, did we die? What happened? Are we dead? Oh my God. And they're like looking around. They're like, oh my God. Oh no. And they're like, what is the family going to do? They're like, did we make this happen? Did we cause this? Because here's what they told me. They're talking to me, the girls. They're like, look, Audrey, here's what we did. We don't know if we caused this ourselves or not. But for a long time, we're like, oh yeah, we're sisters. We were born together and we're going to die together. But they didn't mean it. They didn't mean they're actually literally going to die. But they're like, it's something that they would say to each other. I am being shown this. And at first they're like, shoot. Oh my God, did we cause ourselves to die together? Because that's something we would say over the years? And I've never had spirits say that to me before, ever. But no. They know that it's not because of anything that they said. This was like right when they first passed. And they're like, whoa, what the hell? What is happening? Now, I will tell you, they are not in pain. They are not suffering. They are completely at ease. They feel soft and flowy to me. They're not upset. They know and understand how the families and friends and everyone's going to be obviously upset that they're gone. But they're okay. They are okay. And they're apologizing. They're apologizing to their friends and family. Not that they caused their own death, but just that, sorry. Had we known, we would have done some things or said things before we went. But I felt these girls have strong energy, especially, I think it's Kaylee. Especially Kaylee. Madison's a little shyer right now with me. She's letting Kaylee do the talking, really. So they have not left the earth. They're flat on the ground. They're showing me. They're here on the earth, in the earth's atmosphere. They're not ready to leave yet, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that they're in hell. It doesn't mean that they're miserable. It doesn't mean that they're in pain or suffering in any way whatsoever. Please know and understand that. I would never come on YouTube and even if I did know someone was suffering, I wouldn't do a video. I would absolutely not do a video about that, ever. I would never give spirit that disservice and that disrespect. But these two girls are absolutely fine. I have allowed my brain to go to a place when these two girls came into my presence yesterday. And I normally don't do this, but I thought if I could have information to help relieve some pain regarding their deaths, I would like it. But I have not received any information from any of the kids, the four, on exactly what happened. I just haven't. I am going to say something, and discretion is advised, please. If you may want to fast forward from this part, or just be prepared. I have something to say about the actual event and the actual act of murder with the kids. And I'm asking them for as little as possible, because I can't take it. They're my kids' age. I can't take seeing all this horror. What I will say, and this might help prove my validity or my gift, my honesty with you in talking to these kids, I'm going to tell you something that they've shown me to validate me, and that's very nice of them to tell me this. Without going into detail as far as who was first, who was second, I don't even know that. I don't even know that information, but I was shown by the girls, mostly Kaylee, the action, a very specific shape. When Hamburger was doing what he did to these kids, Hamburger, insisted on doing the exact same thing, something very specific. Whatever it was a very specific how he did it to them. A very, very sick and demented act. It wasn't some random stab and jab and go. It was very, very specific incisions. I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to say anything other than that. And perhaps when trial happens, or more information comes out regarding the act itself, eventually I think the information will come out, and explain why Hamburger killed them in the way in which he did. Almost like a serial killer. I don't know if he's a serial killer. I don't know if killing 4 people in one night makes you a I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I do believe that the girls are showing me this picture, this vision, for a reason. And they are saying square. They're saying a square. They're saying that's very important. Make sure you say square. The square. Something about a square. Incisions. Okay, they're giving me the chills, which means yes, that's correct. Okay. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. That was my son in the background, if you heard that noise. Jonathan. He likes to yell. I'm just being present with them right now, with the girls. I'm just being present with them. They're here. They're with me. I feel. I'm so happy. I'm so happy they're here. They're still here. I can feel them. I can literally feel them. But do you see what they do to me? They make me smile. A miserable soul can't do that. These girls are at peace. They're talking. They're just talking. They're like, oh my God, you're so funny. You're so cool. If we had known you in real life before this, we probably would have done a reading. I don't know how their voices sound, but that's kind of how I feel like they're talking. So I hope what I've said today makes some sort of sense. Please, I hope so. Think about it, please. If you have questions, put them down in the comments. If you have questions regarding the way I'm getting information, or if I'm trying, if it's not making sense the way I'm trying to explain it, or if you have questions about that night for the girls or the other two haven't come into my presence, but the girls have definitely graced me with their presence the last 2 days. I'm confident that they will come back the next time we talk. So that's all I have for today on that case. I hope justice will be served, but I have to tell you, I don't think it will be. I know. Not to the extent I would like to see anyway. So please, let's get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers so we can go on live and chit chat all over the world. I love doing that with you guys. And it's better for me to be able to answer questions right then and there. And then hopefully Spirit comes in and I can tell you how they're responding. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, Facebook, Instagram, share it on. I think you can even email or text the link to this video to friends, family. Just spread me all over, you guys. Let's get this channel popping, okay? You guys are awesome. I love you so much. I'm so happy to be back. You guys rock. You're my rock. And I'll see you real soon.